sorry, I've just got the kettle boiling away. Don't mind my hair a little bit all over the place. Alright, so today we are going to be doing, this is being through the ringer, we're going to be doing the candle making. These guys are based in Australia, they're candlemaking.com.au. Going to be doing their Milk Bottle Soy Candle Kit. So everything that comes in the kit is, so we have 5 of these cute little milk bottles with the cork lids. We have 5 CDN 6 wicks, 5 warning labels, 5 stickums, a 55ml bottle of bergamot and teakwood fragrance. So on their website you can actually choose a number from a number of different fragrances. That's the one I chose because I haven't tried that one before. And then a kilo of Nature Wax Soy C3 wax. I think this is a vegetable based wax. I don't know too much about this wax. And then it comes with also some instructions for great container candles. Follow these steps: choose your wax, choose the glass or container, use the chart to identify the correct wick, melt over a double saucepan, pour and wick your candles. I've got my kettle boiling at the moment to do a double boil for this. And then it's got some little instructions in here. Don't mind my bruise, I got pinched on the clothes rack earlier. Well, not earlier, a couple of days ago. Looked quite nasty. So assemble a double boiler using 2 saucepans. Half fill the larger saucepan with water, add the soy wax to the inner saucepan or pot, add 55 to 80 ml of candle fragrance. So there are a few things in here that I'm going to tweak just because I've done candle making for a long time now, and some of these don't really apply to the way that I work. So we don't generally measure fragrance in mils when we're working with candles because it becomes a solid, so we measure everything as by weight, not by volume. So these hold apparently I think it was 155 grams of wax, so I'm going to do 700 grams of wax and do a little bit of math here. So we'll do 140 gram candles and then include 8% of fragrance, 140 grams of wax per candle. Yep, okay, so 700 grams of wax, so we're not going to use this whole thing. So if you get this kit, don't put all this in and then this, because you'll end up with a fairly lightly fragrance candle, maybe around like 5% fragrance, and I work generally around 8%. So we're going to use 700 grams of wax. So some maths, we're going to do 8%, so 8% times 700 equals 56 grams. So this is a 55ml bottle. If this is denser, it's going to maybe hopefully weigh around. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure this out and hopefully we'll have enough here, otherwise we'll be working slightly less. So we're going by this kit. So Tara is scale so that the weight of this isn't included in what you're weighing out, so just hit Tara and it should take you back to 0. And we want 56 grams. Might not have enough in here. Oh, this smells nice. 44, 46. Oh, we're only at 50. 51. Alright, so let's say we're working at roughly like 7% maybe. So that's 51 grams. Alrighty. Okay, dokie. So that's that. This now. Tear out these scales. Tear out these scales. I can never say that word right. So we're at 0 on here. I said 700 grams. It's a nice little flaky. Alright. Pop some of this back in. Beautiful. So you've still got some left over, so you can use that another time. So that's quite full. It's probably like over halfway full, so I'm just going to pop this on here. Got kettle boiled. I really need a higher, what do you call it? Deeper pot for that. Okay, so while that's going, we're going to prepare our jars. Take these lids out because we don't need these. Get these labels off. That's going to take a little while to melt down, so we can prep these jars nicely. Put this over here. So what did I say was in there? 51. So I can work out what the actual percentage is later and put that in here. But yeah, I thought I'd just do this live because it saves me having to chop up a video. Now that I've got enough subscribers on here, I can go live and do it, and it's just streamlined, and you can watch it all in one process, and then we can maybe test them another time. Alrighty. Alright. So I normally don't put warning labels on until they're done. So, if for some reason something doesn't work out with a candle, that's just a waste of a sticker. But you can buy these. I think they have them in 10 sheets of 35 for around the $35 mark or something. So that's like $350 for $35 or something. I can't remember exactly. The other thing is that everything that I showed you on this table came in this kit. So what you would need is a scale. You can buy another, they've got it, I think it's for like $41.95 or something. You can get the metal jug, you can get a thermometer, and you can get a, what do you call it? A little glass speaker. Not speaker, yeah. But yeah, so that's another $40, so it's around about $80 that you would pay for like everything you would need except for this. Now, because these don't fit like your normal, where are they? Your normal little wick holders. I'm just gonna grab some pegs off my line, because why not? A little bit of real time for you. Here's something I didn't prepare earlier. Alright, so some pegs, some clothes pegs. And this is also really handy for just like cleaning out your jars. So put this on, little spray. do a little spray of isopropyl alcohol. You can grab this from Bunnings. This one's about $27, but you can get a little spray for $9. It's not necessary, but like it really just makes it so much easier because it evaporates, it cleans everything, kills everything off, gets rid of any oily residue. I'm going to be able to clean these out though. These are a bit of an awkward shape. Did not think about that. So these are a little bit of an awkward shape to get into, but they are squeaky clean. You can hear that. Ooh. Literally like hand sanitizer. Alrighty. So now, go through, they've supplied us with wick stickums. So whack this on here. Go through and do them all at one time. So these are like double-sided. You just pull off one side, and then the other side sticks down to the bottom of your jar. Like an awkward angle here, I need to be sitting down really, but okay. So plonk these down in the center. Now the center of these is kind of raised, so this might be a little bit tricky getting these to stick. I find when the bottom of these are flat, and then the like when you're sticking on this, it's convex, so it doesn't sit flush, which can be kind of problematic. And then I just pop one of these. Let's see if you can see this here. Pop this here. Hold it taut, and I will just hold that in the middle. Super easy. There. Go through and do them all. My friend Myrna is a little bit of a creative genius in the candle industry. She designs lots of different wick tools. So she's designed the quick wick, which sits on the outside of our jars. I'm waiting to grab a set of those, and holds your wick in place so that you're not messing around with metal all the time. And she's in the middle of, she's just designed a wicking, oh, this one didn't want to stick. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes they just don't want to stick, especially if the surface isn't flat, which means they can come loose when it gets hot. But yeah, so Myrna is currently working on a wicking tool. These really don't want to stick on these. So I would say if you're going to get something with a flat bottom. If you're doing candle making at home, it's a lot easier. You're not going to have any like lifting wicks every now and then that has a flat, if you have that flat bottom. Or potentially use a glue gun instead of wick stickums so that it kind of molds to the shape of the bottom. I don't need this anymore. But yeah, so that's how this goes. Now let's see how our waxy wax is going. Ooh. Just using like a plastic chopstick instead of this, but this is like, interesting. Bubbling at the edges, I don't know why that is. Break that up a bit. It's a bit different. I've never really seen that before. But yeah, so she's working on a tool that like goes down kind of like a plunger, and you just put your wicks in it, and it comes with a double barrel, so you can double wick your vessels. And yeah, she's working on that at the moment, and I think the pre-orders are actually opening this weekend or sometime next week, which is super exciting. But these are really cute. I love these so far, the looks of them. They don't look like they're super sticking super well, but that can't be helped. Currently burning this baby. My saltwater siren, which is caramel, coconut, and pistachio fragrance. I always end up testing my candles every time I light them, even if it's for enjoyment, just to test the batch and stuff, which is funny. Can't properly enjoy a normal candle experience because now I just know how they work. But yeah, so that's how these are. Okay, let's read through these instructions. So I did things a little bit differently. So say if I was buying this as a brand new makeup, what they've said is 55 to 80 mils of candle fragrance in each kilo of soy wax. So if I was to put that 55 mils into a kilo of wax, it wouldn't really go very far. So that fragrance oil, that whole bottle weighed out to be 51 grams. So a kilo is 1,000 grams, right? 1,000 times 8% equals 80 grams. So while that fragrance oil's volume was 55 mils, it actually only weighed 51 grams. It's kind of the same as how, like, you can have, say, a cup of feathers and a cup of rocks. You could have a whole cup, which is the volume, a full cup, and then when you actually weigh it, the weights are different because obviously it's feathers and rocks. They're two very, very different things. So that's the difference between weight. It's how much is weight and volume is how much is contained in a space versus how heavy something is. So I would need 80 grams for that whole bag of wax. As it is, let's see, 51. As it is, 51 grams divided by 700 gives us a 7.2% or 7% fragrance load for this. And another thing about fragrance is we're talking about the load of how much fragrance a wax can carry. So you have your wax amount, and then the load is a percentage of the wax amount on top of that wax amount. It's not the wax amount and then minus the load amount, because otherwise your concentration is actually a lot higher than what you're calculating it to be. But yeah, so I'm hoping this kind of makes sense. But for a beginner, what I was trying to say, sorry, this is a bit all over the place because it is live. If I was then to go 51 divided by 1,000 grams, that's 0.5, that's 5%. So that's way too light really for a fragrance oil, unless you are only wanting something that's really, really light, and maybe like some vanilla fragrances can take 5%, some roses can take 5%, and the throw may be okay. Then yeah, but so this comes in at just to the 700 grams of wax. This comes in, like that whole bottle comes in at 7% for these 5 candles. And that's at them being about 150 grams each, 151 grams. So yeah, now I'll go through these. They do have instructions, but it ends up being just for a general soy candle. It doesn't really pertain specifically to this kit, so that's why I wanted to go on here. So this is candlemaking.com.au. They're based in Sydney. But yeah, so assemble a double boiler using 2 saucepans. We're doing that. Half fill the lighter saucepan with water. Done that. Add the soy wax to the inner saucepan or pot. Done that. Add 55 ml candle fragrance in each 1 kilogram of wax. So we tweaked that. Add 40 ml container maker into each 1 kilogram of soy wax. So this didn't come with container maker. I don't know if these are older instructions that haven't been updated. Required for golden wax 464, optional for other soy waxes. Okay, so maybe we don't need that because this is C3. Place the wax pot in the water and bring to simmer. If you have a thermometer, take to 80 and 85. I'm just going to check this at the moment. Still got a little while to go. Still got some solid wax down there. We're not ready. To 80 to 85. So yeah, I would agree with that. Take up to 80 to 85. 464 likes it hot. Most soy waxes like it hot. Cover your benches to protect them from spills. I don't really do that, but I probably should because I end up with spills sometimes. When the wax is melted, allow the wax to cool to 65 to 75 degrees. Now, look, that's optional, and it really comes down to your experience when it comes to making and testing. People believe that waiting can have a better impact on like the way your tops turn out and how your hot throw performs, like just the general performance. With the wax that I use, which is 464, I pour hot. I don't wait. I wait for the wax molecules to get nice and hot. I take it off. I add my fragrance. I stir for 2 minutes, and then I will pour. And generally, I get the same result every time, and I'm really happy with the results that I get. So it's saying allow to cool to 65 to 75. Pour into your glassware. Add the wick once the wax starts setting and turning white at the base. So I'm not sure about the adding the wick after the fact because we've stuck it to the jar. It will settle into the wax. Alternatively, use a wick sticker to pre-position. Center the wick at the top using a skewer. So you can wrap them around a skewer or like wedge them between 2 skewers. When the candle is cool, trim the wick to 5 millimeters, ready to light. And then it has a little bit of info down here. It says, soy wax for containers, the most popular wax, perfect glassware, tins and ceramics. The addition of 40 mils per kilogram container maker is recommended for 464. Fusion wax combines the best of soy and paraffin for greater fragrance loading, bright colours and a longer shelf life. No frosting. Beeswax is the most natural of all waxes. Australian beeswax is filtered only, direct from local hives. If making a container candle, it may be best mixed with soy and container maker for an easier burn. Choose wicks for beeswax. A heavier braid produces a hotter flame as it is a harder wax than soy. Now it says tips for a safe burn. Always burn candles on a heat-proof dish. Never burn candles in a breeze near flammable items Like curtains, never leave unattended or near children. Adult supervision at all times. Trim your wick to 5 millimeters before each burn. Tips for an expert finish. In cold weather, it may help to warm the container. The addition of container maker softens the wax to aid adhesion to the sides for a better look. Harder pillar style candles will burn more easily with this added, e.g. beeswax or palm wax. Cool as slowly as possible. So I find that even in the hotter times, yes, everything takes less time to cool down. However, the glass will warm if you've poured straight away. So hello to whoever is watching. So I find that I've never had to heat them. I've never had any problems with adhesion though either. So welcome to whoever is there watching. I don't know if you're commenting. It's kind of bothering me that the top of this is foaming. Alright, so that's done. So we're just making these cute little candles. And you're gone. Oh no. So just wave that. Check the temperature on that. It is nice and hot. Alrighty. Where's my little friend gone? So just gonna add the fragrance oil. And like this. Sorry, I'm using my microwave as a timer. I've never really seen this happen before. The top of this is like foaming. I don't know if there's something in that or moisture or something. Ah! Anyway, this smells quite strong. So I've just put my timer on for 2 minutes and I stir. Sometimes, like if you check the, sometimes say in winter when it's cold and you've put the, a lot of fragrance oil into hot wax, you can see the divide in the oil and the wax, and it's a good little indication of where you're at as far as mixing. You want to make sure it's all nice and combined. I am so confused about what is happening with this right now. It seems like there's a lot of little bubbles. This is funny. I'm doing this live, so I wasn't expecting that. Good to know though. We've got 22 seconds left. We just keep stirring until everything's combined. This is really confusing me because this is very bubbly. Might pour it into another container actually and try and show you what I'm talking about. Very strange. Alright, that's about 2 minutes done. And no, I can't find the actual timer setting on that microwave to actually just put it on without actually hitting the microwave up. This is very strange. Maybe this isn't. gonna put this back on. This just doesn't look like it's right, and see if it clears up. So this is just a process that a new maker probably isn't going to be aware of. But that freaks me out. So yeah, you can like put it back in there with the fragrance oil in there, just don't take it up super high. But yeah, you can see this, I don't know why that's going like that, like bubbly. It's just not hot enough at the top maybe, that's really strange. But yeah, as I was saying, just leave that for a little bit and see if it all kind of evens out. Never had that happen. My timer for my candle. Take a photo. It's 4 hours. We'll leave that one for now. Alrighty, so yeah, this is the instructions that it comes with, and then it's got like a little wick size guide on the back. Measure the inside diameter of your glass and match this measurement with the melt pool column. You can then peruse across to your desired wick style. This wick chart is a guide only. Experiment and see how it burns for you. Measurements have been made based on an average burn time of 3 to 4 hours. You can wick it to suit your burning routine. But yeah, so they've got a little link to videos and things online, but it's not specific to this kit. But yeah, this is a cute little activity you could do, but it does require a few extra steps. I mean, if you're not super going down the crazy candle journey like a lot of us have, and not wanting to spend lots of money, this and the metal pouring pitcher and beaker and thermometer kit are a must-have, and a set of scales, which people may have in their kitchen already. Otherwise, just some pegs or skewers or whatever to secure your cute little friends. See if this is going. It's not really changing the top, which is bothering me. But yeah. So that's how it goes, and then I'll show you how we can pour these. Usually, so it's summer here in Australia, usually a room that's 23 degrees Celsius is ideal for having your candles going, cooling. You don't want them like straight under your air conditioner though. Say if it's a 40-degree day, you don't want a draft coming down onto them, because then you're dealing with like movement on the top of your candles as they cool. You won't get smooth tops, and it can be kind of problematic in that regard. But yeah, so I would say if you've got your house all closed up and it's going to be a hot day, or it's already hot, hasn't cooled down, whack on your air conditioner, keep everything closed up, get the house nice and cool. If you're about to pour, then turn your air conditioners off, fans off, although you want ventilation as well. Just try and keep that room nice and cold. I think I aim to do a lot of my pouring over winter anyway, so I've got a lot of stuff already made. I think I'll do some making later on as well. Tonight I might go live and do some making of my candles for my business, just so you can see what I do for that. But yeah, this is how it goes. I'll just double check how this is going. very strange. This might just be a see-through thing. Let me know if you have used see-through before. Please leave a comment on this video. Let me know if that's how it's meant to be, if it bubbles to the point where it looks like it's like steamy on the top or foaming or something. I don't know, it's new to me. I haven't ever used it. But yeah, so just give that maybe a couple more minutes and I'm just going to pour it. If it ends up bubbly, it ends up bubbly. This has been a cute little kit. I think they're going to look super, super cute. Whack on a cute little label. I've noticed, long story short, with their orders at the moment, I don't know how these will go on there, but long story short, Design and Print are sending these out with their orders at the moment, which are like super, super cute. They're just little stickers, so you can try out their, I think it's the Plaster of Paris vinyl. Yeah. Printed on our incredible Plaster of Paris textured vinyl. So cute little stickers. They've got a lot of pre-made stuff on there as well that you can check out. Yeah. Try on some of these cute little bad boys. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know that it's a little bit all over the place because it is live. I kind of like that it's real time, so yeah, we shall see what happens, how these turn out. Turn that off. We've already got our fragrance in there. Grab some paper towel just to wipe this down so we don't have any drippages. It's very strange. Just work it on here. Might have to do a little bit of research on this wax, I think, because I'm not uber happy with that. It looks like it's got little air bubbles and things. Alright, so see if we can do this without spilling. Whoops. Might actually give these a little tap. It's like little air bubbles. I don't know if there was like moisture in that bag, maybe. Sort of going to the sides and the top. Very strange. Oops. Might only get one more. I didn't weigh these while I was measuring. Something I do with my candles. I'll weigh them. See that one cool a lot quicker anyway. And then I just wipe everything out with paper towel. Can watch that one. Cool, maybe. See how you can see it. There we go. And then once they've cooled, we just go through and pop these warning labels on. Even if you're making them for family and friends, guys, I would pop a warning label on. Hopefully we'll see this a little bit quicker. And that's just underestimated that because I didn't weigh them as I filled, so I've over-poured. I've actually over-poured those candles to more than 160, 170 grams. That's why it's the way it is. But yeah, so that is a good little kit. I'd say it probably needs a little bit better instructions as far as for someone that's like a very new beginner, like in comparison to the other video I did on the aroma candle making kit that just seemed to be a lot more like all inclusive, came with like its own jar and like blocks of wax that kind of catered to the exact size of the jars. I just feel like that was a lot better planned out. That's not to say that, like, say you wanted to try these vessels out, or you wanted to test this fragrance oil or this type of wax, and you had no idea where to start, that this might not be a good place to start. This one's actually, oh no, I thought that one had lifted from the sticking, but it was just the bottom confusing me. It looked quite different. But yeah, so we'll let these ones cool. I'm going to come back live later and I will share how they turned out, whacking those warning labels on there. But yeah, so cute little milk bottle labels from candle making, using C3 wax. Hope you enjoyed this live. Even if you're catching it on the replay, hit subscribe, follow me on Instagram at the Candle Making Mama, and I'll see you all a bit later. Bye guys.